82061433010. That's the unfortunate distress number for Hong Kong. Not a single batter getting to double figures, but for 10 extras, they would have been bundled out for 28. Not a single Pakistani bowler conceding double figures. Shadab Khan and Mohammad Nawaz have made light, and I mean seriously light work of Hong Kong's batting. They've both registered their best figures in T20I cricket in the process, and there will be a lot of statisticians busy right now about the margin of victory, the lowest score in the Asia Cup, etc., and whatnot. As expected, Pakistan have stormed through to the Super Fours. They have made light work of Hong Kong, whose otherwise respectable campaign comes to a disappointing end as they bow out of the Asia Cup. This is Qatar Airways presents ESPN Cricket for T20 Timeout. I think we'll make light work of this show as well. We've discussed a number of the points in Pakistan's batting in the mid-show with Mickey Arthur and Gaurav Sundararaman. I will give our senior data analyst some time to tell us something about the margin of victory and the records. His brethren love this. This is what keeps them going. I'll go to Mickey Arthur first up. I guess this is the kind of win you just want, Mickey, going into the Super Fours.
Yeah, exactly right. You don't want anything too close. You want your players to get confidence. You want to test your game plans. You want to make sure your game plans are good. And Pakistan will take a lot from today. They're really well. I thought the way those spinners dictated terms through those middle overs was outstanding. And 7 wickets between Shadab Khan and Mohammad Nawaz. They just showed their quality. So fantastic performance. Pakistan will be really happy with that.
I mean, it's almost like I put the curse on Hong Kong, Mickey, didn't I? I said they're not the kind of team that are bundled out for low two figures and have big margins of victory. And today, this is what they've managed: 38 all out, 155 run margin victory for Pakistan. Do you sense it was just a punch in the gut, that last over where they went, geez, here we go again? Do you think that's where the game Hong Kong just lost it?
Yeah, I think so. And Pakistan certainly took that momentum into their bowling. I just think that Pakistan bowling attack is quality, though.
Yes.
They have serious pace with their quicks. Their spinners are top quality. And let me tell you, we played a qualifying game last year in the T20 World Cup when I was with Sri Lanka that we had to qualify. We played Holland, the Netherlands, in Sharjah on a wicket that was very, very similar. We got runs on the board, and I think we bundled the Netherlands out for about 40, 46 or so. And it was a very similar pattern to today's game. For the associate countries, it is tough. When the wicket looks like that in Sharjah, it is really tough to bat on because it skids onto you. Now, we saw the googlies in that turn a little bit. But generally, when the wicket looks like that, you'll find the Pakistan bowlers not leaving the stumps. So they're making you play every ball. And that's kind of what we did the last time we were there. And the associate sides did battle with that. So Pakistan will be very, very happy.
Yes. All right, GS, what can you tell us about the extraordinary margin of defeat and the numbers and whatnot?
So ever since ICC had gave a T20I status to a lot of countries, a lot of these records don't actually fall on top. So that is the only sad part from a statistician. We've seen 21 all-outs, 22 all-outs. In women's, we've seen 14 all-out. So, these records are not extraordinary anymore.
So you're telling me Hong Kong have done all right today then. Well done, GS. Yeah.
Having said that, against a full member nation, this is the lowest T20I score. So that is something unique. And there were two games. One game which Mickey was talking about, Netherlands-Sri Lanka, and there was another Netherlands-Sri Lanka game in Chattogram, where Netherlands were all out for 39, which Mickey was talking about. They were all out for 44. So effectively, these three are the top three lowest T20I scores against a full member team. So yeah, now Hong Kong have broken some kind of record. And obviously, it's the lowest score in the Asia Cup as well. From a margin of defeat as well, there was one game way back in the 2007 T20 World Cup where Sri Lanka beat Kenya by a huge margin. After that, this is the next biggest against a full member nation. So yeah, 10 overs, and it was pretty quick good for everybody covering the game.
Well. Very well, very well. Well, our thoughts with the Hong Kong side, it was always going to be tough when put in this group. You think by some sort of design more than accident that India and Pakistan would join them and make sure that you get at least a couple of those high-profile encounters. But let's quickly just wrap up what the takeaways for Pakistan are. The problems in the first game we've discussed, Mickey. We saw much more improved batting effort, but there were similarities. What would you be discussing in that Pakistan camp now as they gear up for far stiffer opposition? India on Sunday, followed by Afghanistan, who are red hot at the moment, and then Sri Lanka.
I think the positives are you've got to look at the batting. Again, Rizwan, some runs. But more importantly, runs for Fakhar Zaman, which is important, and Kustal Shah finishing really well. So those are the positives. We still haven't seen the likes of Asif Ali and Iftikhar bat for a long enough period. So you do feel that if teams get amongst them early, those guys haven't batted for a significant period of time. But then I think you'll see a lot of confidence taken, particularly with the spinners. I thought the seam bowlers bowl well against India. So we know Naseem Shah, Shahnawaz Dani, and Haris Rauf. We know that they quality performers. But I think the two spinners got some quality spells into them, and they'll take their confidence into the next run. Pakistan will get on the team bus tonight, incredibly happy with their day's work and feel that they're adequately prepared for the bigger challenges that are going to come.
All right. GS, fair to say that this is further just validating what we already knew of Pakistan's T20 side, even without Shaheen Shah Afridi, their strength remains their bowling?
Absolutely. I think, yes, the bowling is really good. And that's why I guess with their batting, 160 is something they aim for because they know their bowling is extremely good. They took India also by surprise, I think, and a lot of people thought India would win that game easily. It was a very close game. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see how they turn up for the remaining matches of the tournament, because there might be days when they may have to defend low scores, and we have to see if their bowling comes through, and there might be days when it might be the other way around like today. So we'll have to wait and see how this team basically faces the super force. But yes, bowling is their biggest strength. And just some things we were discussing today, Rizwan, he performed, Shadab Khan, I think all his wickets were the googly, if I remember right. So yeah, he's the top of his game right now.
Must be careful of what you pick as our talking point for the India-Pakistan game next, yes, in that case. I'm sure Mickey can't wait for it. Mickey, I'm guessing you're going to have this green T-shirt we've sent you, laundered and dried and ready, and you've got to do it in a day's time, because that's when we'll see you next.
Yeah, I'll put it in my washing machine tonight, and I'll have it ready for Sunday. Really looking forward to Sunday. I think that'll be a really good game of cricket.
Yes, and we will have Mickey Arthur's thoughts for it. We'll have Gaurav Sundararaman as well, continuing to be a big part of what we've been doing at the Asia Cup on Qatar Airways presents ESPN Cricket for T20 time. Oh, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and your thoughts. That's pretty much it. The points table shall confirm that India and Pakistan join Afghanistan and Sri Lanka to the last four, and that will be the lineup for the Super Fours of this year's Asia Cup. You can check out ESPN Cricket Info as well as our app for the updated fixture list. There was some confusion on Sri Lanka and Afghanistan's positioning in those Super Fours, but we do know now Sri Lanka take B1 for what it's worth due to pre-decided rules of the tournament, and Afghanistan would be B2. We will see you tomorrow for what is the first Super 4 game in action. It's those two teams, Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan. Do join us then. Until then, from all of us, it's goodbye.